Hey guys, Robert here, bringing you guys another video today. I wanted to kind of go through, I'm slowly getting through, you can see back here my collection. It's looking like a mess at the moment, slowly trying to get through it all and, fix it up. And as I started going through it, I found 6 JRPG games that you should add in your collection. So I tried not to make it where it's like all the Final Fantasies, get all these ones, and these ones you should play and everybody should play this. I wanted ones that like I've played and actually experienced it, but not a lot of people are talking about them, and maybe for good reason, maybe not for good reason, but being able to just add it to your collection. And if you find this useful and something you want to add, hit that notification bell and like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and guys, let's get started. So I found them, I put them on my table here, kind of got them in a little bit of an order. They might be something you have played or haven't, but now this one I got from GameStop, so I'll talk about a little bit. But Shenmue Collection, it's the 1 and 2 version. Now, you remember this game was in the Dreamcast, and there was gonna be a remaster for it. It delayed a long time, and it happened to have a Kickstarter for the third one, which I got someplace around here. I gotta find it, but the third one ended up becoming a Kickstarter. Now it sounds like that they're also gonna have the third one, kind of like a remastered version. But yeah, I'd like to show it off there. You can see a nice looking poster. But Shenmue 2, 1 and 2, it's an interesting game. It kind of reminds me of like the Yakuza feeling. If you ever play the Yakuza games, it kind of reminds me of that, and being able to just have RPG elements in there. Still getting through it. Haven't platinumed it, so hopefully one day I will. But get through that, and hopefully I can get the platinum. So the next one I'm actually working on for my 900th platinum. Now it is from Square Enix, as you remember this game, Tactics Ogre Reborn. Now it's a remake. Long history of this game. Atlas originally had this game, and then the people who made Final Fantasy Tactics actually made Tactics Ogre, and company, went on. They went to sell games. Atlas kind of going through a, rebuilding process. Game came out for PSP. It wasn't good on the PSP. I didn't like it as much. Wasn't as good, but started playing this one again. This one is really good. I didn't realize though this game is short. I'm like chapter 4. I'm like 20 hours in, I think it is. But this game is it's a really good game. Now, if you like turn-based, like a Final Fantasy Tactics, which is why I think you should get Tactics Ogre. Now, is it a class system? One of my favorite types of games when you think of JRPGs, be able to build your class, archers and rune lancers and things like that. So you think of Final Fantasy Tactics, you think kind of similar classes that they got: dragoons, wizards, stuff like that. But what makes this game, I think, set apart from any game that you should add to your collection is this game has a great story. It's actually pretty good, and I'm going through it. The game kind of splits off into, as you start to go through the chapters, if you haven't played it, might be a minor spoiler, but it kind of splits off into a chaos route, a law route, and then a neutral route. And so each of them, you can get new characters, you go through the stories differently, but yeah, it's a great story, great turn-based games, being able to build up your characters, grind. It's a grind in this one. It's not as, now the grind isn't as difficult as it is in the previous version of the game. The thing is with this one, it happens to be, you kind of are capped out on level. And then once you're capped out level, you kind of got to go through the story. But the game's basically based off of more of what you can do with like your skills and things like that. This version at least. But yeah, add that into your collection. Cheer me on as I go through this for my 900 platinum. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get it and document it and go through it. So you don't want to hear me ramble on, so let's keep going. Now, same with this game. This game was a remake of an old PlayStation game. If I can say it correctly, Langrisser 1 and 2. This game kind of reminds me of a, well, you'll probably think of like Unicorn Overlord now, but it kind of reminded me of like either maybe like a Fire Emblem or something like that, where you move your characters in kind of like a specific line, but you don't control them to fight. So you kind of, you know, move your characters on a grid, and then you fight, and then they end up, you know, whoever's the strongest, however you build your stats up, things like that. This game also has kind of branching storylines as well. I believe they put it like ABC arc and things like that. So definitely this game you have to go through several times to be able to play. And yeah, being able to add it to your collection, I think it's a great game. It's a tough game if you're not used to something like this in the series, but it's a game that it's a unique game in my opinion. I can't wait to go through it, so definitely gonna try it out for one of my platinums at some point. So now this game I very briefly played. It was kind of a time I started renting a lot of games, and you know, try and be like, you know, I'll play it later. I ended up buying it, but from what I played, it's actually pretty good. I wasn't disappointed with it. It just happens I need I need more time, you know. But if you look at Astria Ascending, if you ever played this game, similar turn-based, you know, things like that. But this kind of reminds me of Union Chronicles. If you played Union Chronicles Rising, the way that the map is designed, that's how this reminds me of. You run around, you go into battle, and then you go and you fight. You know, you do your turn-based fight, and then you go back into like the map again, run into enemies like that. If I remember correctly, though, this one does have a class system as well. So it is something that this one you can build your class. I think each of them are each of the characters are a class, though. I don't think it's actually like you can change them into different classes. I got to go back. It's been a while, but that was on my list of a game I got to go back to when I'm going for JRPG platinums. So I'll check that one out. My next game, this game is really good. A really good turn-based RPG. The only problem with this game is as Japanese voice acting. Now, for me, I can't follow along when I'm reading. Not that I can't read. It's just, it's distracting when I'm just reading, trying to figure out what's going on. But Monochrome Mobius, this game is really good. I can't wait to get back in there. I think in like the second portion, I was trying to go through the whole map and get all the treasure boxes and stuff like that. But a really, really good game. I think it's I don't know how you pronounce it, Utawaru Hamanu series, but it's kind of similar in that line. But NIS America, if you guys don't have NIS America in these types of RPGs in your collection, I say add it. Go today and add this game. But yeah, definitely JRPG. It's a good game, but it's a little difficult to follow along if you aren't used to like Japanese just voiceovers and things like that. But really good game. I'm gonna get back into this one. Definitely go in there and check it out, guys, and make sure that you add this to your collection. This is a game that's gonna be a grind, because you have to get I believe all the treasure boxes for the trophy. You have to get all the enemies, as well as you have to do like certain things in battle. So it's gonna be a tough one, but you know, definitely get it, try it, and you know, own it. So if you can find it for a good price, I say go out there and get it, guys. Try it out. It's definitely a good game to recommend. And you know, the last on my list is I got this platinum. I'm actually first in the world for this platinum. such a great game. I think it's underrated because it had a lot of glitches, and it did at the time I started playing this game. It had a lot of glitches, but Edge of Eternity was a great game. Now, this is a unique turn-based game because they kind of had it where a certain grid, so your enemy could be like 3 spaces away from you, and in order for you to attack, you'd have to move into kind of that grid before you can attack them. And this game is difficult. For the trophy, you had to change it on, like, I believe it's extreme difficulty was level 10 for the difficulty. This game, it was tough. One of the last trophies I got, that glitch was like you had to hit their weakness with a certain like element and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, you had to do it. I think it was like 20 times, and the trophy was glitched. And you know, they happened to actually put a patch in and was like, oh yeah, sure, this game, you can platinum it now. And I beat the game. I had to restart the game and go and play it again because they didn't let you continue on with your file that you had, so you ended up having to beat it again. But it's an interesting game. Now it's a brother and a sister who are going out trying to find this cure for their mom. As basically like she has they call it the corrosion, and you had to go and kind of, they're looking to try to be able to heal her from the corrosion, and the whole story happens because of that corrosion and who's controlling it and things like that. And you go through it, have to find a lot of grind in there, like when you're looking for certain enemies, grinding out certain materials, trying to get money. Game is a grind fest. A fun game though. Eventually you I had to take it kind of by like location, build up, get stronger weapons. It was especially playing this game, like this game did not have any guides or anything when I started playing it. It was tough to be like, am I going to get the platinum because, you know, is there a missable side quest that I'm going to miss and stuff like that. But in my opinion, a great game. I think you guys, anybody who likes JRPG games, definitely go back and play this game. If you haven't picked it up, I think it's on sale right now. You could definitely go in there and find yourself a physical copy for cheap. But yeah, definitely play it. Like it's a unique game. Each of the characters that you get on your team are kind of like certain, like a thief, a wizard, a knight. Like that's kind of what the class system is like. So I believe the brother's name is Daron and Celine. So a brother and sister trying to beat the corrosion. But those are 6 games in my collection that, in my opinion, you should add. So if any of you guys like this type of content, you want to look through my collection and be able to see kind of what I'm getting, what I'm recommending, especially physical copies. You know, it's going to be rare to get physical copies these days, but here are the 6 games. If you want to take a look at it and jot them down, write them, look up videos, definitely be able to do some research on it. If you guys like JRPG games, check it out. So, and you know what, definitely guys, thank you so much for watching. You know, definitely like comment, guys. I love reading your comments. Thumbs up on these, get through the video. You know, it encourages me more to go through my collection, fix my collection. You can see back there, get it better looking and fixed up. But being able to go over kind of my JRPG collection that I have on the PlayStation 4, maybe other ones if you want to check that out. But definitely be able to recommend some games from my collection and show off, you know, I got box sets I'd love to be able to show you guys and stuff like that. But 6 games are kind of, you know, under the radar JRPGs, and hopefully, guys, one of them maybe you've played, you like, or are, after seeing this, thinking about wanting to do some more research and get the game. So thank you guys so much for watching. You know, as always, God bless you guys, and remember, keep gaming, guys. Thanks. Have a good one.